funny thing happened right after I funny thing happened right after I hit the stop button to stop recording this. I turned on the sound the volume back on for the program I was watching, and I remember the conversation the topic I was supposed to cover in that hour long video. I was like, can't believe I forgot that. But yeah. Anyway, this speaks to what I mentioned a couple times in the hour long video, in which I said that people have become both insensitive and indifferent towards those who are different from them. Um, just to kind of explain what happened, I was just reading. Apparently, in the video piece, they were talking about one of the NFL owners saying that there hasn't been discrimination in this country that he knows of for the last 100 years. All I can really say to that is no comments. Seriously though, all I can really say to that is what kind of. I would love to know what rock or bubble you've been living inside of. I mean, because it's like all you got to do. I mean, if we're talking about NFL owner, all you got to do is talk to your players. It's that simple. I mean, the NFL has what about over 1,200 players or something like that. But yeah, really is something else. And that's what I and that's another reason why I said why this if saying those who forget their past are doomed to repeat it. I mean, the civil rights era of the 1960s, it wasn't that long ago. It was the generation before mine. And already, and we're talking about someone that lived during that time, saying he has no memory of any kind of discrimination for the last 100 years. I don't even know. How do you, you know what? I ain't even gonna try to. It's like that's definite. That's just the definition of ignorance. And it says ignorance, insensitivity, and indifference. The three I's, the three opposites of Kurt Angle's integrity, intensity, and intelligence. Those would be the three opposites. The other three I's that you got to be mindful of: ignorance, insensitivity, and indifference. That's what it is. You got to be mindful that people felt this way back during the 50s, 60s, and 70s too, and people have felt this way ever since. Not just Caucasians, but also a lot of black people too that just got used to things the way they are and just kind of just felt that, that's how things were going to be and that's how they were. As well as other people too. But yeah, it really is something else. Another thing that I meant to touch on in the other video, and I can't believe I forgot this either, is the whole thing that's suddenly become okay to say since 45 has been in office is, if you don't like it here, then you can go somewhere else. And I'm like, you make sense. Yeah, people sort of texting me like crazy since while I was recording last video. But anyway, it's just something else. The whole, the whole argument of, if someone were to tell me honestly, why don't you go back to back where you came from? I would say with a straight face, I'm from Boston, so I don't know what you're. I know obviously they really meant to say go back to Africa, and I'm like, I wasn't born in Africa. Why would I go there? I was born in the United States of America, in Boston, Massachusetts. So if I'm gonna go back somewhere, I'm gonna go back to where I'm from, which is right here, in Boston. If we're gonna get technical, that's what I'm gonna say. We have all these politicians being backed by people that are both ignorant, stupid, and racist, three different groups, who are trying to close the door of immigration to people who are not, to everybody, not just people that are not Caucasian, but everybody pretty much. Which makes no sense because America has been a melting pot, has been a nation of immigrants since its founding. But anyway, I mean, for those of you that who may have been asked this question, why don't you go back to where you came from, whether you were born here, born somewhere else, or, and this is regardless of your skin color or your ethnicity. My recommendation to you would be to say this, and this whether it's up to you whether you want to be respectful or not. I'm using your own discretion, but someone to say to your face, or and this is assuming someone says it to your face and not something that someone posts online. But if someone to tell you, why don't you go back to where you came from, you can just tell them straight up. You just tell them where you live, how long you've been living there. If you were born here, just say I was born in this country, or I was born in this state, or I was born in this city, and leave it at that. You don't need to explain any further. I mean, what's usually going to happen is in a show. What about your parents? Where's your family from? It's like that's irrelevant because they're not talking about. They always start to. If you want to get technical, just put it like that. Just be straight with them. Like you don't want to make it big more than just to say straight up. I was born here. I was born in this city or this state, and leave it at that. If you're a naturalized citizen, meaning that you were born somewhere else but you became an American citizen, you can just say straight up, I'm an American citizen. I'm an American, and I want to be here, and I'm exercising my freedom of speech, and just leave it at that. And also say, no, just say, I'm an American citizen. I'm exercising my freedom of speech, and you don't have to like it, and just leave it at that. And if you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. Just like that. That's all you got to do. See, a lot of these people like to talk down other people. It's just a bully mentality. But once they see that you're not going to back down, then they're going to back off. It's that simple. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is especially important if you learned English after you came here, or you have an accent or whatever. Just be like this. That's what you say. That's what you should say. Actually, really, just let people know you're not gonna be pushed around. Because unfortunately, there's the people like that everywhere. That are just looking for someone that they can talk down to and bully. But once they see that you're not gonna back down, it's like whoa. So yeah. I'm not gonna turn this into another 10-minute video, but yeah. You guys take it easy out there, whether you're in the United States or around the world, and I'll see you in another video podcast, and just keep it real.